Hello,
Hi.
welcome to Cliff Alerts. Today we're going to be talking about an incident that happened between two of the cast members, Eric and Dakiya.
Yes, what we are learning is that Eric asked Dakiya for a picture and he walked up behind her, put his hand on her waist, and she joked that they were getting ready to take a high school photograph, and he said, "No, watch this," and he touched her breast. Uh, Eric is saying that while they did take the picture, he did not touch her breast. So we have a situation where it's he said, she said, and all of this is allegedly because we were not there. We didn't see the incident happen. I did go to Kamisha's website and saw Kamisha reviews. You guys can go over there and watch it if you like, but she had the text messages between both Eric and Dakiya, and they were outlining what happened, and Eric was denying that he did not touch her breast, and Dakiya was saying, "Yes, you did." She turned immediately and slapped him on the chest because she did not feel comfortable with that happening, and that she hung out with Tori for the rest of the afternoon because she did not feel comfortable to be in Eric's presence.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I just think that
it's not a good situation.
yeah, and especially when you consider what happened last season between
Yes.
Phil and Shiloh,
Yes.
the date that they went
that
out.
was horrible.
Right, right. I think what we learned from that is that there are two sides to every story, obviously,
Yes.
and that the guys in particular have to be very careful about how they conduct themselves, and not only group scenarios but also individual scenarios as well. Now, this alleged incident happened in a group setting.
Yeah, public.
And I can't imagine why Dakiya or any other woman for that matter would want somebody to do what is alleged that Eric did in public, as part of a group date where other people would be able to see exactly what happened. I can't imagine why that would go over well.
And then too, because this is all allegedly based on what the cameras have shown us Eric to be, for him to just disrespect Dakiya like that, and touch her breast while Donovan is taking a photograph of them. So again, we don't know what happened, and it's a sad situation. It's a little bit alarming. I just think that women, we prioritize being safe and secure, and we have to take responsibility for our own safety, even in the dating process, to make sure that we put boundaries on everyone, basically. I know when I was dating, I didn't trust anyone. You had to prove me wrong. That was my motto, and I was sticking to it.
Did I do that? Okay. I was. Okay.
I'm a hard nut. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. My father would always say, "Walk with Vex money." And for you who don't know what Vex money is, it's money you have in case anything goes sideways, that you can, one, make a call, and two, get a taxi to come home. It's a sad situation. So we just hope that they're able to resolve this. But right now, everything is coming out. The text messages are being leaked, and it's just an unhappy time. You don't want to diminish someone's life, particularly Eric, who is a caterer, and we are in the Me Too movement, and sometimes when a man is accused of doing something like that, he loses his career and everything.
Yeah, it's not a good I guess thing to happen or position to be in for sure. But I will say this: if this alleged incident happened, okay, because like you said, we were were not there, we don't know. But if it did, why wouldn't Eric just own up to it, take responsibility for it, apologize for it, pull her aside and say, hey, look, I apologize. It is, completely inappropriate for me to act and behave this way. Moving forward, I want you to know that I respect you. I want you to know that that this was out of line, out of character for me, and I'm going to remove myself from the situation simply as to not make you comfortable moving forward. Why wouldn't you do that?
Well, that's a good attitude to take. And for Dakiya, unfortunately, the cameras have shown us, the audience, her making a lot of sexual references. This is not to diminish you being touched inappropriately in public.
Right.
But again, women have to be careful about their own safety. So basically, your conversation is going to be safety prone and not overtly sexual, because you don't know the boundaries the other person have. You don't know the moral code they follow. So someone could take your words in literally
right.
and try to act upon it. Again, this doesn't mean that I am agreeing with bad behavior from men, but what I do know, I'm old school. What I do know is that my conversation and my action aligned itself to keep me safe.
Mm-hmm. Sure, for sure.
And that's an important thing that people are forgetting. Me Too doesn't mean that you're out in the streets just doing anything you want, because no one wants to have negative situations happen to them that they can't forget.
Right, and it just goes with just this whole attitude or mentality of conducting yourself appropriately.
Absolutely.
And not putting neither yourself nor the person that you are out with in any kind of jeopardy where something like that could cause issues moving forward. You just
Right.
don't want to do that.
Because women have long been victims by men in the dating process. We have been mishandled for decades, even centuries. And now we need, although there is Me Too, we have to take personal responsibility for how we move in this world and in this time. Because again, you don't know what's in the person's head, particularly after they hear your conversation, and you certainly don't know their moral values.
Yeah, and from the guy's point of view, there are boundaries that you gotta adhere to, and those boundaries need to be clear between the two of you, not just from your end, but from her end as well, because that will head off a lot of uncomfortable scenarios.
Yes, so we have to teach our sons and our daughters how to conduct themselves when they are outside of our vision and range.
Right.
How, if they're going on a date, how to behave, and for the boys as well as the girls.
Mm-hmm. And it's always a good thing, if you have any siblings, especially if you're a guy who has a sister.
Sisters, yes.
Yeah, to ask yourself, well, would I want somebody else to do this to my sister?
Mm-hmm.
If that were the case, if a scenario like that were the case, would I want somebody to do that? So if you wouldn't want to to have to deal with something like that happening to your sibling, okay, then don't do it to somebody else.
Right. And going back to my father again, he expected my brothers, if anything went sideways, to handle it, and because you didn't want him to show up. So that's where the church hug came into play.
Right.
There's a reason for that church hug.
Right.
It's very important. Just saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
For sure.
But thank you for stopping and listening to our point of view. This is all alleged. We are not attorneys, so we have our own disclaimer.
It's a good way to put it.
That's right. Alleged or allegedly, we don't know what happened. We're just riffing on what's out there in the YouTube streets.
Sure.
We thank you
Streets.
for yeah, some
Right,
like
right.
we thank you for watching, to subscribing. Please subscribe to this channel. We thank you for your likes and your comments, and we hope you are having a wonderful day. We'll see you soon.
For sure. Bye.
Bye bye.